I want to talk about the AMG GT63 SC performance. Did I get that right? Yeah, I think that's the name. It seems like a long name. Anyway, this car is honestly a monster in terms of performance because this thing has 816 horsepower and it's making that horsepower from a 4-liter bi-turbo V8 that puts out 600 and something horsepower, and it has electric motors which puts out 200 something horsepower, and combined it puts out 816 horsepower. And just the fact that it has that kind of a horsepower figure, plus the fact that this thing will do 0 to 60 in I think 2.8 seconds, and that means that this car can really put the power down. And this makes me think, is this car actually a supercar now? Because from what I know of the power figures, I think this car is more powerful than an 812 Superfast, and it's got more power than the Aventador SVJ, and I think it's more powerful than the McLaren 765 LT as well. And because of this, where does Mercedes stand now when it comes to their cars? When in comparison to the other supercar brands, because Mercedes, it's not considered a supercar brand. I mean, it's considered a luxury car brand and a really sports car type of brand too, with the AMG division, and it makes SUVs and all that stuff. But I don't think anyone actually considers Mercedes a proper supercar brand. But this car with the power figures, I feel like Mercedes is actually heading in that direction now. Now, will Mercedes be able to gain the name of a supercar brand like Lamborghini and Ferrari? Well, I don't think so, because though they focus on supercars, and sure they have SUVs, but they have a specific type of identity, and I don't think Mercedes will be able to fully capture that, because Mercedes makes a lot of different types of cars. But this could be a good step for Mercedes to make a great car that people love, because I mean, who doesn't love a supercar, and who doesn't love a Mercedes? Now the price, well, I think the price is 200,000 pounds. I don't know what the price is for dollars, but that is a lot of money, and at that price point, you are kind of in supercar territory if you think about it. And the price, I don't know, it's a bit complicated to me. I don't know if the price is all that great, and if the car does feel like it's a value for that kind of a price range, because again, as I said, it doesn't have the same brand reputation as Ferrari and Lamborghini, so it needs to hold a more value for money proposition compared to them in order to become popular. But this car, honestly, I feel like it's awesome. It looks good, and considering what the electric version of the AMGs might look like, this thing looks really good. Now, this is my favorite design, but compared to that, this thing honestly looks really good. Now, I wish it wasn't a hybrid. I wish it was just, well, scratch that. I would have been okay if it was hybrid, but it was also a naturally aspirated V8. A naturally aspirated V8 with a hybrid system that puts out this kind of power, which means that the engine sound will really come through, and it'll be a really good sounding car. Not that this isn't a good sounding car, but a naturally aspirated engine is better, and I don't really understand why manufacturers aren't really focusing in on that. Just put the big engines in, put a hybrid system in there to get the fuel consumption down and meet the pollution norms that different governments have. Isn't that the best step? Now, I guess if it was a non-hybrid, I mean, if it's a non-turbo, then the power will go down, but how much would it go down? I mean, it's a V8, so I think Mercedes might be able to pull off 700 horsepower combined from this engine and with the electric motor, and that would be fine. I think people will be happy with the 700 horsepower car Plus, if it could help decrease the price, that would be even more awesome. A 700 horsepower hybrid natural as well as a hybrid Mercedes, that could be the key formula. And that could capture the spirit of what people want in supercars. But it isn't the case, and I don't know if there's anything like that going to be happening in the future. But anyway, this car honestly seems awesome, and I'm excited to see what Mercedes is going to do in the future. Now, I mean, before the electrification stuff happens, till then, feels like an exciting time to love a Mercedes. So, yeah.